Racing from the Highland Speedway, 50 years of racing. Brought to you by Wheels Video and AllAmericanRaceTalk.com.
Now we get set to go with your Steve Schmidt Modifieds. 20 laps, the racing distance for this group of cars. B-Long sits on the inside. Dean Hoffman on the outside. Hoffman running a different race car than he's ran throughout the season. Let's see how that shakes out, as Hoffman's been looking good on the top side all night long. B-Long locks it down on the bottom, takes the early lead, but here comes Hoffman working on the outside. Hoffman to the top, B-Long to the bottom. They come out of turns 3 and 4, 3 wide for that second spot. Harrison to the inside, Ellison up the middle, Hoffman on the outside. Meanwhile, B-Long shoots it out in front. It's B-Long, your leader, followed by Hoffman, Ellison, and Harrison. Hoffman struggles in 1 and 2. 2 cars get by on the inside. Now the 21 of Phony challenging for that top 4 spot. Harrison gets up to the top side. Watch Harrison try to work his way to the front. B-Long is your leader. Harrison now running second. It's Ellison in the 3rd spot, followed by the 1D of Dean Hoffman. 21 Phony running in the top 5. It's Latch running in the 6th spot. The 70 of B-Long down on the bottom. Harrison up on the top. The 1D of Hoffman running strong in the 3rd spot. It's Ellison, Phony, and now the 42 of Latch running in the top 6. Here comes Harrison working the top dirt on the speedway out of turn 4. Harrison with a good run. He's moving to the front. B-Long down on the bottom, Harrison on the outside. They run side by side down the back straightaway. It's Harrison bringing it to the front of this field. Dean Hoffman running in the 3rd spot. The 21 of Phony running in 4th. Good 3-car racing in the middle of the pack. Harrison, your leader, with the 70 of B-Long running second. Hoffman is in 3rd. Ellison gets into it with the 21 of Phony. Latch looking on the inside. We've got a yellow flag. Yellow is out on the speedway. Harrison takes them through turns 3 and 4. He'll bring them back to life as they come down out of turn number 4. B-Long moves it up to the top side of the speedway. B-Long now going to chase down the 24H of Harrison. Ellison still running strong in the 4th spot. It's the 21 of Phony, the 42 of Latch, and the 15 of Chris Smith now moving up in the top 10. This time the 19, Jimmy Cummins, brings us to a stop out on the racetrack. The yellow flag is out. Cummins, who didn't see the way to turn left onto the infield, brings out our next yellow flag as the car refires back in turn number 2. Now we get set to go back to green flag racing as they work their way around the speedway. The 24 of Mike Harrison brings us back to life down in turn number 4. B-Long takes a look down on the inside as they go down the back straightaway. B-Long can't make it work on the low side. Hoffman still running in that 3rd spot. It's Ellison in 4th, followed by the 21 of Phony. Chris Smith makes too hard of a left-hand turn. Smith goes to the infield. Harrison is your leader with B-Long still running in 2nd. Hoffman is your 3rd place car. Now the race going on for 4th. Ellison with the 21 of Phony on the inside. And the 42 of Latch at his back bumper. 3 cars battling for that spot. Harrison looks to the inside of the 71 of Lynn Tidwell, getting ready to put that driver a lap down to the field. The 70 of Belong now being challenged by the 1D of Hoffman. The race is on for the second spot. Phony now in fourth. The 42 of Latch in the top five. Double O Ellison is bringing out the yellow.
Well, Jim, you couldn't ask for a more competitive top three right now. Mike Harrison, Brian Belong, and Dean Hoffman. Three guys that are always contenders anytime they unload.
Look what we're seeing down on the back straightaway. The leader is getting checked out on the back straight. Something could be going wrong with the front end steering on Harrison's car. Harrison's trying to hold on for just 7 more laps to go in this feature event. Does the car have it in it? Is there enough left? We're going to wait and see as they come back to the green flag start the next time around. Harrison takes us down the back straightaway with Belong and Hoffman in tow as they work their way out of turns 3 and 4. Harrison takes it down the back straightaway. Belong had a shot on the inside. Hoffman now makes it 3 cars wide for the number 1 spot. Harrison is your leader with Belong running on the outside. Hoffman down on the bottom of the racetrack. Latch moving up on the outside of the 21 of Phony. And the yellow flag is out again. Trouble down in between 1 and 2. It's the 75 of Darrell Hewlett. Hewlett brings us back under caution out on the raceway. The 75 of Hewlett is our yellow. Again, they look at the front end steering on the 24 of Mike Harrison. The left front tire, you can see it as he goes down the back straightaway. The left front tire is shaking on the car.
Well, best case scenario, he's just got some mud in it. Worst case scenario, it could be coming apart.
Tie rod ends, all kinds of connecting parts that hold those front end tires together. Anything breaks, it's going to be a different racetrack and a different car to handle for Mike Harrison.
And if it breaks in front of the pack, that could be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Astronomical damage.
Astronomical damage, thank you.
We do have one more lap in the record books. 14 laps have been completed. We've got 6 laps remaining in this event. And there again, you can see that left front tire shake on Harrison's car. Something is going wrong with the handling on that race car.
Well, Tim, could that be compensation for something that's happening on the right front? Because it looks like the right front is cambered in. As you take a look at it as it comes down the front straightaway, looks like the top side of that tire is leaning in. The bottom side is hanging out there. It just doesn't look quite right, does it?
All he can do is cross his fingers and hope for the best as he tries to get 6 more green flag laps out of that race car. Harrison will take us off the banking again in turns 3 and 4. Now it's Dean Hoffman on his back bumper with Belong running in the 3rd spot. Dean Hoffman looks to the inside. Harrison strong coming off of turn number 2. That car continues to bounce. It's Belong running in the 3rd spot. Phony is in 4th. Look at Harrison wind it out on the outside. Hoffman's coming quick on the inside. Dean Hoffman looking to take over the lead from Mike Harrison. Hoffman strong in that 1D car. It's Dean Hoffman on the bottom, Mike Harrison on the outside. Belong continuing to run in that 3rd spot. Belong now becoming a distant 3rd. It's 21 Phony, 42 Latch in the top 5, but everybody's watching the front of this event. Harrison bounces it off the wall down the front straightaway. Again, that can't be good for the right front. Harrison down into turns 1 and 2. Hoffman down on the bottom. Belong running in the 3rd spot. Then the 21 of Phony. We've got a car in the wall down in turn 4. Harrison would really like to see this one stay green to the finish as he continues lap after lap, struggling with that race car. Now it looks like we're ready to go back to green flag racing. 17 down, 3 laps to go. Harrison still struggling at that number 1 spot. Harrison now takes it back to the top side in 1 and 2. Hoffman again looks to the inside down in turn 2. Hoffman gets a challenge up on the inside. Can't make it work down the back straightaway. Belong still coming up in that third spot. And we've got a big melee down in turns 1 and 2. Sitting down there in the corner, we've got the U2 of Danny Jolly, the 51 of Stanton, the 71 of Tidwell, and the 38 of Flannery. 4 race cars, all with damage on both sides. The yellow flag is being called for the U2 of Danny Jolly. U2 Danny Jolly was the one causing the trouble. Everybody else spun to avoid. All the rest of the cars that can continue will continue in their spot that they had before the yellow. Back under green out on the racetrack. Dean Hoffman again looks good down on the inside. It's Harrison up on the outside as they work down the back straightaway. Dean Hoffman this time stays side by side with the 24 of Harrison. The 70 of Belong looking on the outside. The 21 of Phony with a strong run here tonight. 2 more laps to go on this one. Dean Hoffman pushing it to the limit, trying to get around the 24H of Harrison. In the back straightaway, down into 3 and 4. Harrison will lead him to the white flag. 1 more lap to go out of this one. Harrison takes it into 1 and 2. Keeps it on that top side. It's Hoffman down on the bottom, down the back straightaway. The 70 of Belong still running third. Final 2 corners. Here they come to the stripe. Your winner, the 24H of Mike Harrison. Hoffman will finish second. Belong is third. Phony finishes fourth. And the 42 of Latch is your 5th place car. He struggled with an ill-handling race car, ladies and gentlemen, but he keeps it out on top. The aggressive Army, 24H Mike Harrison, your feature winner here tonight in your Steve Schmidt Modifieds. We take it down to the infield where Doug's going to handle the driver interview out on the front straightaway.
Ladies and gentlemen, your feature winner is Mike Harrison. And Mike, notice you were paying especially close attention to the front end of this car. What was going on out there? What was it doing?
I don't know if it's from when I got into the wall a little bit or what, but there's something broke on the front end. I can feel it, and it just ain't steering right. It's throwing me into the corner real hard. And
would it consistently do the same thing every lap, or would it change behaviors on you every time you entered the corner?
Well, it was changing every time I'd enter the corner. That's why I was trying to get in so easy. And I mean, you could see I was having problems up there, but I didn't want to try to change my line right there at the end because I was done in a rhythm. So,
is this a new car, or is this one of the old ones?
No, this is the old car that I run all last year. It's my baby. Knock on wood. It's been a good car to me.
Well, who do you want to thank before we turn things over?
I got to thank all these guys because it's farming season, and I've been working, 16 hours a day, every day of the week, 7 days a week. These guys been keeping the car going. I show up on race night, and race the car. I mean, Craig and Tony and Bob and my son Michael, TJ, Brandon. I mean, there's a number of guys that all contribute. I mean, I got to thank all them guys because if it wouldn't be for them, I wouldn't be racing right now. I'd be sitting.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mike Harrison, winner in tonight's Steve Schmidt Modified main event.
Racing from the Highland Speedway, 50 years of racing. Brought to you by Wheels Video and AllamericanRaceTalk.com.